All chosen ones, listen very, very closely. You need to see this before tomorrow morning. The full moon has passed, and the world believes the show is over. They are wrong. For the collective, it was a beautiful light in the sky. For you, the chosen, it was an activation key turning in a cosmic lock. The real event, the seismic shift that will define the rest of your life, is not a one-night spectacle. It is a 72-hour sacred echo that begins now, from October 7th through October 10th, 2025. What is coming in this narrow window will be so profound, so jarring, and so divinely orchestrated that it will shock you to your very core. Most people will wake up tomorrow feeling a little tired, maybe a little emotional, and they will dismiss it. They will miss the entire download. But you, the way-showers, the empaths, the starseeds, you will feel it in your bones. Your soul is already vibrating with this truth. If you are here, it is because your higher self guided you. This is not an accident. This is an urgent spiritual briefing. Before we descend into the depths of what is unfolding, I need you to do 3 critical things to anchor your frequency and protect your energy field for what's to come. First, like this video to signal to the universe that you are open and receptive. Second, subscribe and turn on all notifications, because the information I will be sharing over the coming days is time-sensitive and absolutely vital for your journey. And third, and most importantly, type "I am ready" in the comments below to make a conscious declaration, to plant your flag in this new Earth timeline, and announce to your guides that you are prepared to receive the upgrades that are rightfully yours. Do not underestimate the power of this moment. We are moving beyond the realm of simple lunar energy and into the mechanics of quantum reality creation. The common belief, the 3D understanding, is that a full moon peaks, its energy washes over us for about 24 hours, and then it recedes. This is a kindergarten-level understanding of cosmic law. For those whose spiritual DNA is activated, for the chosen ones, the peak of the full moon was merely the firing of a celestial starting pistol. It blasted open a high-frequency corridor, a wormhole in time-space, that remains intensely active for the next 72 hours. This is what ancient mystical texts refer to as the echo window, or the Tricola Angeli, the 3 nights of divine offering. During this period, the fabric of reality becomes extraordinarily thin, malleable, and responsive to the frequency of the awakened heart. This isn't just about heightened emotions or intuition, though you will certainly feel that. This is about a fundamental rewriting of your energetic signature. The downloads, the timeline shifts, the karmic completions, and the soul-level activations do not happen during the chaos of the peak. They happen in the sacred supercharged silence of its after effects. And these after effects are unfolding in 3 distinct powerful phases. In this transmission today, we are going to break down the first, and perhaps most critical, phase of this process, the Great Unraveling. We will explore the invisible energetic mechanics at play, the shocking signs your body and your life will give you as this purge intensifies, and the precise steps you must take to navigate this storm, and emerge not just intact, but reborn. The first phase, which will dominate the next 24 to 36 hours from October 7th into the 8th, is the Great Unraveling. This will not be gentle. For many of you, it will feel like a personal earthquake. It is a period of intense, accelerated, and often jarring energetic detoxification. If you have been feeling chaotic, confused, emotionally volatile, or as if your entire life is suddenly falling apart at the seams, do not panic. This is the sign that the activation was successful. You are on the right path. The high-frequency light from this specific lunar alignment, which was in a direct trine with the Chiron-Pluto conjunction, is not a passive energy. It is an active, intelligent surgical force. It is pouring into your energy field and acting like a universal solvent, dissolving everything within your matrix that is not in alignment with your highest soul timeline. This means old programming, limiting beliefs, ancestral trauma stored in your cellular memory, stagnant emotional energy, and karmic loops are being forcibly brought to the surface to be purged. It is a planetary system reboot that on a personal level feels like a system crash. The very foundations of your perceived reality are being shaken so that only what is true and solid can remain. This is why your plans may suddenly be cancelled, technology may glitch and fail around you, and unexpected arguments may erupt with loved ones. The universe is not punishing you, it is protecting you by creating a forced pause. It is clearing your schedule and your energetic space, so you have no choice but to go inward and deal with the monumental shift that is occurring within you. The physical and emotional signs of this phase will be undeniable, and they are the very things that will shock you with their intensity. Expect waves of profound fatigue that come out of nowhere, a deep weariness in your bones that no amount of sleep can seem to touch. This is not normal tiredness. This is your physical body struggling to integrate a massive influx of light data, a quantum leap in frequency. You may experience tension headaches, pressure at your third eye, a buzzing or ringing in your ears, or a strange fluttering in your heart chakra. These are not just physical symptoms to be ignored. They are physiological markers of your light body being activated and your upper chakras being cleared and expanded. Your digestive system might feel off, as you are literally processing and metabolizing old dense energies. Emotionally, you will be on a roller coaster. You may find yourself weeping for no apparent reason, sudden swells of grief or sadness for a past you thought you had healed. Moments later, you could feel a surge of irrational anger or frustration. Do not judge these feelings, do not suppress them. These are not your emotions in the personal sense. You are a conduit for the collective, purging not just for yourself, but for your ancestral line and for humanity. Your only job during the unraveling is to allow the tears to flow, allow the anger to be seen without directing it at anyone, allow the fatigue to force you into stillness. Stay hydrated with pure water, as water is a conductor of this new energy. Eat light, clean foods, and most importantly, ground yourself. Walk barefoot on the earth, sit with your back against a tree, hold a piece of black tourmaline. You are a lightning rod for divine energy, and you must be grounded to avoid blowing a fuse. This intense chaos is not a breakdown, it is the most profound and necessary breakthrough of your life. The masses will feel a slight atmospheric pressure change, and call it a bad day. The chosen feel the tectonic plates of their soul rearranging, and that is the blessing and the burden of being awake at this time. If you are feeling this energetic clearing already, if the chaos has begun to knock at your door, and your soul recognizes the truth in these words, comment "I release and ascend" right now. Anchor this process with your conscious intention. You are not falling apart, you are falling into place. Let's go deeper into one of the most mysterious and powerful aspects of the great unraveling: your dream state. During this 72-hour echo window, and especially during this first chaotic phase, the veil between worlds becomes almost non-existent. Your sleep will not be a time of rest, but a time of intense work. Your dreams will become hyper-vivid, prophetic, and deeply symbolic. They may feel more real than your waking life. Do not dismiss them as random firings of the subconscious. These are direct communications from your higher self, your guides, and your soul family. They are giving you a personalized roadmap for your ascension. Pay close attention to recurring symbols. Dreaming of water represents a deep emotional cleansing. If the water is clear, the process is flowing with ease. If it is murky or stormy, it indicates there are deeper emotions you need to consciously address. Dreaming of keys, doors, or new rooms in a familiar house signifies that new opportunities and new timelines are opening up for you. You are being granted access to parts of your own consciousness that were previously locked away. If you dream of shedding your skin like a snake, or of losing your teeth, do not be afraid. This is a classic archetypal symbol for profound transformation and the release of an old identity. Your guides are showing you that you are outgrowing your old self, your old limitations, and being reborn into a new form. I urge you to keep a journal by your bed and write down everything you can remember the moment you wake up. Do not try to analyze it immediately. Just capture the images, the feelings, the colors. The meaning will unfold over the coming days, acting as cosmic breadcrumbs guiding you toward your next steps. This phase is also characterized by what can be called karmic echoes. You will find that memories, people, and emotional wounds from your past suddenly resurface with a startling clarity and intensity. An old relationship you thought you were over might suddenly be all you can think about. A childhood wound you believed was healed may suddenly feel as raw as it did decades ago. Again, this is not regression. This is the universe presenting you with a final examination. You are not being asked to relive the pain, but to review it from your new higher vantage point. It is a sacred opportunity to see how far you have come, to honor the lessons that were learned, and to consciously and finally sever the energetic cords that have kept you tethered to those old timelines. When a memory of an ex-partner arises, send them love and gratitude for the role they played, and then visualize a cord of light between you dissolving into dust. When a painful childhood memory surfaces, imagine yourself as you are now, going back and holding that child version of you, giving them the love and security they needed. This is not just a psychological exercise, it is a high-level act of energetic alchemy. You are rewriting your own past, not by changing the events, but by changing their energetic charge within your system. This process is what allows you to fully collapse the old timelines and step unburdened onto the new one that is waiting for you. This is the deep cellular level work that the unraveling demands. It is intense, it is challenging, and it is the price of admission to the next level of your existence. This somatic rewriting, this purging of the soul's history from your very cells, is what prepares you for the profound silence and clarity of the second phase. But you must first walk through this fire. You must face these ghosts. For it is in this sacred chaos that your true power is forged, preparing you for the incredible peace and manifestation magic of the next phase, the sacred stillness. What happens in that silence will define the rest of your year, but you absolutely must know how to navigate it, or the opportunity will be lost forever. If you have survived the fire of the great unraveling, if you have allowed the chaos to wash through you without resistance, you are now standing at the threshold of the second, and most profoundly misunderstood, phase of this 72-hour portal. This next stage, which will begin to descend upon you from the evening of October 8th and dominate the entirety of October 9th, is what the ancient mystery schools called the sacred stillness. And I must be absolutely clear, this phase will feel more alien and more challenging to your conditioned mind than the chaos ever did. The storm was loud, it was dramatic, it gave your ego something to fight against, something to process. The stillness, however, is a void. It is a profound, deafening silence that will descend not just upon your external world, but deep within your own being. It is the eye of the hurricane, a zone of zero-point energy where the old you has been fully dissolved and the new you has not yet fully crystallized. Navigating this phase correctly is the single most important spiritual task you will undertake this year. To mistake this sacred void for boredom, loneliness, or depression is to completely miss the point and abort the entire upgrade process. The unraveling was the clearing of your energetic hard drive. The sacred stillness is the moment the universe plugs you directly into the mainframe to download the new operating system. Your only job is to be still enough, quiet enough, and receptive enough to allow the installation to complete without interruption. Let us speak of what this will feel like, for the signs are subtle and can be easily misinterpreted by the uninitiated. Externally, the world will suddenly go quiet. The phone calls that were driving you crazy will stop. The dramatic situations that were demanding your attention will resolve themselves or simply fade away. The people who were draining your energy will seem to vanish from your reality. You may look at your schedule and find it has been mysteriously cleared, leaving vast, open, unstructured periods of time. For a mind accustomed to constant stimulation and problem-solving, this emptiness can be terrifying. You will feel a powerful urge, a frantic pull from your ego, to fill the void. You will be tempted to scroll endlessly through social media, to turn on the news, to call up a friend for gossip, to start a new project, to clean the house compulsively, anything to create noise and distraction. This is the great test. This is the trap. Every single one of those impulses is a form of resistance, an attempt by your old identity to prevent the new higher frequency codes from being integrated. You must understand that this external silence is a divine gift. It is a sacred container that has been created for you by your guides, an energetic clean room where the delicate surgery on your soul can be performed. To fill it with the static of the 3D world is to contaminate the operating theater. You must consciously, deliberately, and courageously choose to do nothing. Internally, the experience of the sacred stillness is even more profound. You will notice a strange sense of detachment, as if you are an observer watching a movie of your own life. The intense emotional highs and lows of the previous phase will flatten out into a serene, calm baseline. This is not numbness or apathy, it is the frequency of neutrality, the state of pure consciousness before it is colored by judgment or emotion. You may lose interest in things that once fascinated you. Your passions and ambitions might feel distant, your goals and plans suddenly irrelevant. This can be deeply unsettling. The ego will scream, "Who am I if I don't want these things anymore? Am I losing myself?" The truth is, you are. You are losing the false self, the ego construct built from societal conditioning and past experiences, to make way for the emergence of your true, authentic soul signature. Your desire to do will be replaced by an overwhelming pull to simply be. You will feel a magnetic attraction to nature, a deep yearning to sit by the water, walk in a forest, or simply gaze at the sky. This is your soul instinctively seeking out the pure, undistorted frequencies of Gaia to help stabilize and anchor the new energies. Listen to this instinct. It is your most reliable compass. When the silence descends, do not fight it, do not fear it, do not try to fill it. Surrender to it. Find a comfortable place, and for the first time in a long time, give yourself permission to do absolutely nothing. This is not laziness. This is the highest and most productive form of spiritual work you can possibly engage in during this critical window. The energetic mechanics of this phase are truly magnificent. During the unraveling, the lunar energies acted as a massive purge, creating space within your cellular structure. Think of your DNA as a crystalline biological computer. The purge deleted old, corrupted files and malware. Now, in the sacred stillness, the universe is sending the upgrade. These are packets of light data, pure information encoded with the blueprint for your next evolutionary step. They contain new gifts, heightened psychic abilities, solutions to problems you've been struggling with for years, clarity on your soul's purpose, and the energetic template for your most abundant, joyful, and aligned timeline. However, these codes are transmitted on an incredibly high and subtle frequency. They are like whispers from the cosmos. If your internal and external environment is filled with the noise and static of the 3D matrix, worry, fear, distraction, drama, you will not be able to perceive them. The signal will be drowned out. This is why the stillness is not optional. It is a prerequisite for reception. When you sit in silence, you are changing your brainwave state from the frantic beta of the conscious mind to the receptive alpha and theta states. You are aligning your personal biofield with the planetary and galactic field. You are turning your entire being into a highly sensitive antenna, perfectly calibrated to receive these divine transmissions. They will not come as a lightning bolt from the sky. They will arrive as quiet knowings, sudden flashes of insight, a feeling of deep peace, a new idea that seems to drop into your mind from nowhere. This is the download. This is the moment of activation. If you are beginning to feel this pull towards quiet and solitude, if the world is starting to go silent around you and you vow to honor this sacred phase, comment "I am receiving" below. Acknowledge your role as a divine antenna and open your channels to the wisdom of the universe. Your stillness is your superpower. Let us explore the practicalities of embracing this void, because it goes against every fiber of our modern conditioning. The ego will fight you tooth and nail, telling you that your worth is tied to your productivity. You must be prepared to lovingly but firmly tell your ego to stand down. This is not its time to lead. One of the most powerful practices during this phase is what I call sacred observation. Find a window and simply watch the world go by without judgment. Watch the leaves rustle, the clouds drift, the people walk past. Do not attach stories or meanings to anything. Simply observe. This practice trains your mind to exist in the present moment, the only place where you can receive the download. Another critical tool is conscious hydration. Continue to drink pure, clean water, but now, do it with a new intention. As you drink, visualize the water not just cleansing you, but acting as a liquid crystal conductor, amplifying the light codes as they enter your system and distributing them to every single cell in your body. You are literally hydrating your light body, making it more resilient and receptive. Journaling during this phase is also essential, but it is a different kind of journaling than what we discussed in the first phase. You are no longer just documenting dreams, you are now a scribe for the divine. Keep your journal open and beside you as you sit in silence. Do not try to think of what to write. Wait for the whispers. When a sudden idea, a string of words, a solution to a problem, or a profound feeling of peace comes over you, write it down. Do not analyze it. Do not question its origin. Simply transcribe it. You are capturing fragments of your new soul blueprint. These notes will seem disconnected at first, but over the coming days and weeks, they will begin to connect and form a coherent map, guiding you towards the tangible actions you will need to take in the next phase. This is how your purpose is revealed, not through striving and forcing, but through silent, patient, reverent listening. This is also a time to be acutely aware of synchronicities. The universe will be speaking to you through numbers, symbols, and coincidences. If you suddenly see the number 1111 everywhere, it is an activation code, a sign that you are in perfect alignment with your new timeline. If a specific animal, like a hawk or a butterfly, keeps appearing to you, look up its spiritual meaning. It is a message from your spirit guides. The silence allows you to notice these subtle communications that are always present, but are usually drowned out by the noise of everyday life. One of the deepest and most transformative aspects of the sacred stillness is the recalibration of your heart-brain coherence. The chaos of the unraveling was largely a mental and emotional process, clearing out old thought forms and emotional blockages. The sacred stillness is about dropping out of your head and into your heart. Your heart has its own powerful electromagnetic field, far more powerful than the brain's, and it is the primary receiver of spiritual information. When you are in a state of stillness and peace, your heart rhythm becomes smooth and coherent, sending a powerful signal to your brain that you are safe. This allows the prefrontal cortex, the logical cell-analytical part of the brain, to relax its grip, which in turn opens up the higher, more intuitive centers of consciousness. This is the biological mechanism of divine revelation. By choosing stillness, you are literally rewiring your own neurology to favor intuition, compassion, and unity consciousness over fear, separation, and survival. You are anchoring 5D consciousness into your physical form. This is why it can feel so disorienting. You are shifting from a brain-dominant reality to a heart-centered existence. The language of the heart is not words, it is feeling, it is knowing, it is resonance. During this phase, make decisions based on what feels right in your heart, not what makes logical sense to your mind. Your heart is now your primary guidance system, and it is being fine-tuned to navigate the new earth energies. I implore you, chosen one, do not waste this precious sacred window. The opportunity to receive a download this pure and this potent is rare. The universe has done its part. It has cleared the path for you. It has silenced the world around you. Now you must do yours. You must have the courage to sit in the emptiness and trust that you are being remade in the silence. You must resist the siren call of distraction. Protect your solitude as if it were the most precious treasure you own, because for these 24 to 48 hours, it truly is. This stillness is the chrysalis. The old caterpillar self has dissolved, and the divine butterfly is being formed within. If you rush the process, if you break open the chrysalis out of impatience or fear, the transformation will be incomplete. You will emerge with malformed wings, unable to fly in the new reality you have worked so hard to access. So be patient, be still, be silent. Trust the process. Trust that you are being held. Trust that something magnificent is being born within you. For what comes after the stillness, in the third and final phase of this echo portal, is the divine ignition. It is the moment you will be called to take the blueprints you have received in silence and begin to consciously and powerfully co-create your new reality. It is the phase of miracles, of instant manifestation, and of shocking, tangible changes in your physical world. The stillness is the gathering of power, the ignition is the release, and the way you use that power will determine the trajectory of your life for years to come. You must be prepared. You have walked through the fire of the unraveling, and you have sat in the holy emptiness of the sacred stillness. You have been purged, cleared, and recalibrated. The downloads you received in the silence are no longer latent code waiting in your system. They have been fully integrated into your cellular matrix. And now, chosen one, we arrive at the culmination, the glorious and electrifying payoff for all of your deep inner work. We have reached the third and final phase of this 72-hour sacred echo, the phase that will define the morning of October 10th and ripple out into the rest of your life. The divine ignition. If the first phase was a demolition, and the second was the laying of a new foundation, this third phase is the moment the universe throws the master switch and floods your new reality with light and power. This is not a gentle awakening, it is a full system power-up. It is the moment you cease to be a passive recipient of cosmic energy and become an active, conscious, and formidable co-creator with the divine. The changes that will occur now are not just internal feelings, they will be shocking, tangible, and undeniable manifestations in your physical, 3D world. What you are about to experience is the collapse of the time lag between intention and reality. You are stepping into the realm of instant manifestation, and your life, as you have known it, is over. A new miraculous existence is beginning right now. The feeling of the divine ignition is unmistakable. It will arrive like a sunrise after a long dark night. The subtle detachment and serene neutrality of the sacred stillness will be replaced by a vibrant, humming, high-frequency energy coursing through your veins. It is a feeling of profound clarity, unshakable confidence, and an overwhelming creative impulse. You will wake up on the morning of the 10th feeling fundamentally different, lighter, clearer, and infused with a potent sense of purpose. The fog of confusion that has plagued you for months, or even years, will have completely lifted. In its place will be a laser-like focus and an intuitive knowing of your next steps that requires no external validation whatsoever. This is the activation of your divine will. It is the merging of your human personality with the wisdom of your higher self. You are no longer just trying or hoping to create a better life. You are now the very engine of creation itself. This newfound energy is your spiritual inheritance, the power source you need to begin building your personal heaven on earth. But this power comes with a great responsibility. It demands aligned action. It is a cosmic fuel that is meant to be used. To let it stagnate is to disrespect the gift you have been given. The universe has completed its part of the bargain. Now, it is your turn to move. The first and most shocking manifestation of this ignition will be what I call the clarity catalyst. For weeks, months, or even your entire life, you may have been wrestling with a major life decision. Should I leave this job? Should I end this relationship? Should I move to a new city? Should I start that business? You have made pro-con lists, sought advice from others, and agonized over the right choice, only to remain stuck in a loop of indecision. During the divine ignition, the answer will drop into your consciousness with the force and finality of a thunderclap. It will not be a thought you reason your way towards. It will be a knowing so deep and so absolute that it silences all debate. You will simply know what you must do, and you will feel a profound sense of peace and rightness about it that transcends all logic. This is your soul's truth, cutting through the static of the ego's fear. This clarity will extend to every area of your life. You will look at your daily habits, your friendships, your diet, and your media consumption, and you will instantly know what needs to be released and what needs to be embraced. The path forward, which once seemed like a dense, impenetrable forest, will now appear as a brilliantly illuminated road. This is not a guess, it is your divine GPS, coming online, and its instructions will be clear, concise, and non-negotiable. Flowing directly from this clarity comes the second extraordinary sign, the activation of your magnetism matrix. In the old 3D paradigm, manifestation was based on effort, hustle, and forcing things to happen. You had to chase clients, apply for jobs, and struggle to make your dreams a reality. That entire operating system has just been rendered obsolete for you, having been cleared of your dense, lower vibrational energies and infused with the pure light codes from this portal. Your personal electromagnetic signature has been radically amplified and refined. You are no longer a struggling human. You are now a walking, talking vortex of attraction. You have become a magnet for miracles. You will not have to seek opportunities. They will seek you. Prepare to be shocked as the perfect people, resources, and situations begin to flow into your life with a speed and synchronicity that defy all logic. You will think of a specific person you need to connect with for your project, and they will email you out of the blue. You will realize you need a certain amount of money to make a change, and it will appear from a completely unexpected source. The dream client you thought was unattainable will call you directly. This is not luck. This is physics. You are now a vibrational match for the reality you have been dreaming of, and according to the universal law of attraction, that reality has no choice but to materialize around you. Your only job is to remain in a state of worthiness and receptivity. You must be willing to receive the good that is flowing to you without self-sabotage or questioning whether you deserve it. You have done the work. You are worthy. This effortless flow is your new normal. If you are ready to step out of the struggle and into the flow, if you accept that you are now a powerful creator and a magnet for miracles, type "I am a magnet for miracles" in the comments right now. Claim this new identity. Embody this new frequency. Let the universe know you are ready to receive. The third profound shift you will notice is the empowerment of your voice of truth. For so long you may have silenced yourself to keep the peace. You have swallowed your words, ignored your own needs, and avoided difficult conversations out of a fear of conflict or rejection. That time is over. The divine ignition includes a full-blown activation of your throat chakra, your center of communication and self-expression. You will feel an undeniable, non-negotiable urge to speak your truth with a clarity and courage you have never known. You will find yourself setting firm, healthy boundaries with family members, friends, and colleagues, and you will do so calmly and without apology. You will have that conversation you have been dreading with your partner or your boss, and the words will flow from you with an authentic power that is both loving and absolute. This will be shocking to those around you who have become accustomed to your silence. They may react with confusion or resistance, but you will find that you are no longer attached to their response. Your need for external approval has been replaced by an unshakable allegiance to your own soul. This is not about being aggressive or unkind. It is about honoring yourself as a sovereign being. Speaking your truth is a radical act of self-love, and it is a necessary step in clearing the path for the new aligned relationships and situations that are waiting for you. Every time you speak your authentic truth, you send a powerful ripple into the quantum field, declaring your new standard and calling in experiences that match it. Finally, the synchronicities you began to notice in the second phase will now accelerate into what can only be described as a synchronicity superhighway. The universe is no longer just whispering to you. It is now engaged in a constant, dynamic, and often playful conversation with you. This is the ultimate confirmation that you are living in the divine flow. The gap between your thoughts and external reality will become almost instantaneous. You will wonder about a topic, and a video explaining it will immediately appear in your feed. You will have a question in your mind, and you will overhear a stranger on the street say the exact words you needed to hear. The numbers 1111, 22, 22, 333, and 444 will appear so frequently it will become almost comical. These are not random occurrences, they are cosmic winks, signposts from your guidance team, confirming that you are on the right path, at the right time, making the right choices. This is the experience of living a fully 5D co-creative life. The illusion of separation between you and the universe has dissolved. You now understand, on a cellular level, that you are one and the same. You are the universe experiencing itself, and the world around you is a direct mirror of your internal state of consciousness. Pay attention to these signs, acknowledge them with gratitude. They are the mile markers on your new journey, assuring you that you are heading in the right direction and that you are never ever alone. Now, it is crucial that you understand how to harness the immense power of the divine ignition. This energy is a gift, but it is a gift that must be directed. The universe is waiting for you to take the driver's seat. The first and most critical principle is to take immediate, inspired action. The clarity you received is not for contemplation, it is for execution. You must honor the divine downloads by taking the first small tangible step towards them. If your clarity was to leave your job, your first action might be to simply update your resume. If it was to start a business, your first action is to buy the domain name. If it was to write a book, your first action is to open a new document and write the first sentence. This first step, no matter how small, is a powerful declaration to the cosmos. It is a physical world signal that you have received the message and you are committed to co-creating this new reality. This single act of faith grounds the celestial energy into terrestrial reality and triggers the next wave of synchronistic support from the universe. Do not wait for the perfect time or for all the steps to be revealed. The time is now. The first step is all you need. The rest of the path will be illuminated as you begin to walk. Embrace this power, chosen one. The time for playing small is over. You have been initiated, upgraded, and activated. You are a master manifester standing at the dawn of your new life. What you choose to do today will set the energetic tone for the rest of your journey. The fourth and final part of this transmission will guide you on how to sustain this high frequency as you move beyond this portal, how to navigate the inevitable challenges and tests from the outside world, and how to make this extraordinary state of being your new permanent reality. Do not miss it. Before you take that first electrifying step into your new world, before you begin the great work of integrating this power into your daily life, there is one more crucial, yet deeply subtle, phase you must consciously navigate. The divine ignition has happened. The power is on. But what you are experiencing right now, in the immediate moments and hours following that activation, is the somatic shockwave of embodiment. You have been told you are a new being, but now you must learn what it truly feels like to inhabit this upgraded vessel. This is not a mental concept, it is a profound physiological and perceptual recalibration. To rush into action without first understanding the new instrument you are playing, your own body, your own consciousness, is like being given a starship and immediately trying to fly it at full throttle without reading the manual. This moment, this sacred pause of self-awareness right after the ignition, is where you learn the controls. It is where you calibrate your own internal systems to the sheer magnitude of the light you now hold. Let us speak of the physical reality of this new embodiment, for it will feel both exhilarating and deeply strange. You will feel a distinct, persistent, high-frequency hum or vibration within your very cells. It is not an external sound, but an internal resonance, as if every atom of your being is vibrating at a new, accelerated rate. This is the literal frequency of your new soul signature anchoring into your physical form. You may feel unusually light, almost as if you are floating, or conversely, feel a profound heaviness as your body works to ground this immense celestial energy into the earth. Your sensitivity will be magnified 1,000-fold. Colors will appear brighter, more vibrant, almost alive. The taste of pure water or fresh food will be an explosion of sensation. You may hear a subtle high-pitched frequency or a sound like soft chimes in quiet moments. This is you tuning into the music of the spheres, the background frequency of the universe itself. But this sensitivity is a double-edged sword. The same amplification that makes beauty breathtaking will make discordant energies almost physically painful. The sound of a blaring television, the artificial light of a supermarket, the dense, fearful energy of a crowd. These things may suddenly feel unbearable to your newly refined system. This is not a weakness, it is a sign of your purity. You are a finely tuned instrument, and you can no longer tolerate the noise of the old world. During this calibration phase, your primary task is to honor this sensitivity. Treat your body like a newborn. Shield it from harsh energies. Surround yourself with nature, with beauty, with silence. You are learning the language of your new physical vessel, and it is speaking to you through these heightened senses. This shockwave extends beyond the physical into the very nature of your perception. The divine ignition has not just given you clarity, it has torn a hole in the veil of illusion. You are now beginning to see the world not as a collection of solid separate objects, but as a shimmering, interconnected field of energy. You will look at a tree and not just see bark and leaves, but you will perceive its life force, its energetic connection to the earth and the sky. You will look into a person's eyes, and you will see not just their personality, but the light of their soul, and you will instantly know if their words and their energy are in alignment. This is the activation of your clairsentience and clairvoyance. You are beginning to perceive the source code that runs beneath the surface of 3D reality. This can be disorienting. The world you once knew, the one that seemed so solid and real, will now start to look like a flimsy stage set, and you will see the actors playing their roles. You will notice the energetic chords between people, the thought forms that hang in the air, the true intentions hiding behind polite smiles. This is a profound gift, for you can no longer be deceived, but it also requires a new level of emotional mastery. You must learn to observe this new layer of reality without judgment and without becoming overwhelmed. You are being shown the truth of the matrix so that you can consciously choose to operate outside of it. If you can feel this new reality taking hold, if your very cells are buzzing with this truth, and the world is starting to look different through your eyes, comment "My new reality is here right now." Acknowledge this profound perceptual shift and anchor it into your conscious awareness. This brings us to the most significant internal recalibration of all, the decommissioning of the linear mind. Your logical, analytical brain, which has been your primary tool for navigating reality your entire life, is now obsolete as a guidance system. It simply does not have the processing power to comprehend the multidimensional quantum reality you now inhabit. This is why you may be feeling a strange sense of mental fog, or an inability to think straight in the old way, even amidst your newfound clarity. Your brain is trying to plot a logical step-by-step path from A to B, but your soul now operates on quantum leaps, moving from A to Z in an instant through resonance and intention. This is the great paradox of the newly awakened state. Your mind will feel confused while your heart feels certain. You must now consciously practice shifting your primary center of operations from your head to your heart. When a decision needs to be made, do not try to figure it out. Place your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and ask, what feels most aligned? What choice expands my energy? What path brings me the most joy? Your heart's response will not be a logical argument. It will be a feeling, a resonance, an immediate, undeniable knowing. You are learning to navigate by a new compass, one that is tuned to the magnetic field of your soul's purpose. Trusting this new system, especially when it defies all logic, is the ultimate act of faith and the key to manifesting miracles with speed and grace. So before you leap into the grand actions of your new life, take this sacred pause. Take the rest of this day to simply be with your new self. Go for a walk in nature and practice seeing the world through your new eyes. Sit in silence and feel the hum of your own light. When a choice presents itself, no matter how small, practice making it from your heart instead of your head. This is your personal calibration period. It is the moment you learn to feel comfortable in your new skin, to trust your new perceptions, and to align with your new internal guidance system. This is the bridge between the celestial event of the portal and the terrestrial reality of your new life. It is the final preparation before you step out onto the world stage as the master you were always meant to be, fully equipped to handle the tests, to implement the practices, and to integrate this divine power into a lasting living legacy. This is the moment you truly finally come home to yourself. We have come to the final, and without question, the most critical phase of this entire sacred transmission. The portal itself, That celestial gateway that was blasted open by the full moon is now closing. The intense, concentrated beam of cosmic energy is receding. The 72-hour echo is fading into the fabric of space-time. For the masses, life will return to normal. The strange feelings and synchronicities of the past few days forgotten like a dream upon waking. But for you, the chosen one, the work is not over. In fact, it has just begun. The demolition of the unraveling is complete. The divine blueprints received during the sacred stillness have been downloaded. The engine of the divine ignition has been turned on and is thrumming with unimaginable power within your very soul. And now, you stand at the dawn of October 11th and beyond, tasked with the most magnificent and challenging mission of your entire incarnation, the Great Integration. This is the phase where you learn to live in the miracle, to make this extraordinary high-frequency state of being your new permanent reality. It is where you take the magic and make it mundane, in the most sacred sense of the word. What good is a peak experience if you cannot live on the mountaintop? The training is over. The mission has begun. How you navigate the coming days and weeks will determine whether this profound shift was a temporary spiritual high or the true and final birth of the divine human you were always destined to be. The first thing you must understand with absolute certainty is that your new reality will be tested. The 3D matrix, the old paradigm of fear, lack and separation, is an intelligent though unconscious system. It thrives on predictability and low-frequency energy. You, in your newly upgraded state, are now a walking, talking anomaly. You are a system disruptor. You radiate a frequency of light, sovereignty, and limitless possibility that is fundamentally incompatible with the old world. Therefore, the Matrix will attempt to bring you back into alignment with its rules. It will send a series of tests, or what I prefer to call final examinations, to see if you have truly embodied the lessons of this portal. These are not punishments. They are quality control checks from the universe. The first test will likely come through people. Be prepared for the ghosts of timelines past to reappear. An old boss who undervalued you may suddenly offer you a job. An ex-partner from a toxic relationship may suddenly message you, declaring their undying love. A family member who has always triggered your deepest wounds may suddenly create a new drama. These are not signs that you should go backward. They are opportunities for you to stand in your newfound power and respond from your new frequency. Will you be lured back into the old dynamic, or will you hold your new boundary with love and firmness? The universe is asking, did you really learn the lesson of self-worth? Your calm, detached and loving no is your passing grade. The second test will be an internal one, the echo of self-doubt. Just as you are riding the high of the divine ignition, feeling powerful and clear, the insidious whisper of your old programming will creep in. Who do you think you are? You can't really do this. This is all just a fantasy. You're going to fail, just like you always do. This is the ego's death rattle. It is the last stand of the limited self that is terrified of being annihilated by the light of your true soul. When these thoughts arise, you must not fight them, and you must not believe them. You must see them for what they are. Energetic static, phantom signals from a deleted program. Acknowledge the thought without attachment, as you would a cloud passing in the sky, and then immediately and consciously replace it with a declaration of your new truth. I am a powerful co-creator with the universe. I am worthy of all the miracles flowing to me. My success is inevitable. This is the practice of conscious mind mastery. You are retraining your brain, forging new neural pathways that align with your 5D reality. Every time you choose the new thought over the old echo, you strengthen your connection to your new timeline and weaken the pull of the past. This is the inner work that sustains the outer magic. The third test will often be logistical or technological. As you take your first inspired action steps, you may encounter frustrating obstacles. The website you need to build crashes. The important email gets lost. A payment is delayed. This is the final attempt by the old dense energy to create resistance and discourage you. It is a test of your faith and your persistence. In the old paradigm, you might have seen this as a sign to give up. In the new paradigm, you must see it as a test of your resolve. You must meet this resistance not with anger or frustration, which would lower your frequency and feed the old matrix, but with a calm, creative, and unwavering certainty. See the obstacle. Take a deep breath and say, I see this test, and I will not be swayed. I am a master of my reality, and I know a solution is already on its way to me. Then detach from the problem and focus on the feeling of your desired outcome. More often than not, you will find that the solution appears with miraculous ease as soon as you shift your energy from resistance to trust. This is how you prove to the universe, and to yourself, that you are no longer a victim of circumstance, but the sovereign ruler of your energetic domain. To navigate these tests, and to truly anchor your new reality, you must now adopt a new set of daily practices, a spiritual toolkit designed for a 5D life. These are non-negotiable. They are as essential to your new life as breathing. The first and most foundational tool is what I call the sovereignty shield. Every single morning, before you look at your phone, before you engage with the outside world, you must consciously and deliberately create your energetic shield for the day. This is your primary defense against the frequency pollution of the 3D matrix. Sit in silence for just 5 minutes. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, pulling energy up from the core of the earth and down from the heart of the cosmos. Meeting in your heart center, visualize a brilliant sphere of golden white light forming in your heart and then expanding outwards, surrounding your entire body in a radiant, impenetrable bubble. This is your shield. As you hold this visualization, state out loud with conviction, I am a sovereign being of light. My energy is my own. I allow only love, abundance, and miracles to enter my field. All energies not aligned with my highest good are instantly transmuted back to source. I am divinely guided and divinely protected, always. And so it is. Feel the truth of these words. Feel the strength of your shield. This simple practice sets your energetic thermostat for the day, making you impervious to the dramas, fears, and manipulations of the outside world. You will move through your day with a calm confidence, observing the chaos without being drawn into it. The second tool is conscious consumption. You are now a high-frequency being, and you must treat your body and mind like the sacred temples they are. This means you must become ruthless about what you allow into your system. This applies to food. You will naturally be drawn to light, clean, high-vibrational foods, and will lose your taste for dense processed junk that lowers your frequency. But more importantly, it applies to information and energy. Stop watching the mainstream news. Its entire purpose is to broadcast fear and keep the collective locked in a low vibrational state. Unfollow social media accounts that promote drama, comparison, or inadequacy. Be radically selective about the music you listen to, the movies you watch, and the conversations you engage in. Ask yourself with everything you consume, does this expand my energy or contract it? Does this empower me or drain me? You must also apply this to the people in your life. You may find that you can no longer tolerate being around friends or family who are committed to gossip, complaining, or negativity. This is not about judgment. It is about vibrational resonance. You are no longer a match. It is time to lovingly create distance and begin calling in your soul tribe. Other awakened beings who can meet you at your new frequency, who can celebrate your growth and co-create with you. Your environment, both physical and energetic, must be a direct reflection of the new reality you are building within. If you are committed to these practices, to protecting your sacred energy and consciously curating your reality, type 777 inches in the comments right now. 777 is the number of spiritual mastery and divine alignment. Anchor your commitment to living as the master of your own energy. The third tool in your new toolkit is the gratitude amplifier. This is perhaps the most powerful manifestation technology you now possess. Gratitude is not simply a polite emotion, it is a powerful frequency, an energetic signature that communicates a specific message to the quantum field. That message is, I already have everything I need. I am whole, complete, and abundant right now. When you broadcast this frequency, the universe, which is a perfect mirror, has no choice but to reflect more experiences and situations back to you that match that feeling of abundance. It is the ultimate hack for collapsing the timeline to your desires. Make it a non-negotiable practice to list at least 10 things you are genuinely grateful for every single morning and every single night. But do not just write the words. As you write each one, close your eyes and truly feel the emotion of that gratitude in your heart. Feel the warmth, the joy, the peace. Amplify that feeling until it fills your entire being. By doing this, you are shifting your point of attraction from one of wanting, which is a frequency of lack, to one of having, which is a frequency of abundance. When you live in a state of gratitude, you are in a constant state of receiving. Miracles cease to be rare occurrences and become your daily expectation. You are no longer chasing blessings, you become a magnet that blessings chase. Finally, the fourth and ultimate tool for integrating your new self is the anchor of service. You have been given this incredible upgrade, this profound clarity, and this immense power not just for your own benefit. You have been activated to become a beacon of light for the world. You are a way shower, a healer, a teacher, a builder of the new earth. The fastest and most effective way to lock in your own high frequency is to use it in service to the collective. This does not mean you have to quit your job and become a spiritual guru, unless that is your calling. It means infusing your new energy into everything you do. If you are an artist, create art that uplifts and inspires. If you are a business owner, run your business with integrity, compassion, and a focus on conscious contribution. If you are a parent, raise your children to be sovereign, empowered, and heart-centered. Even the simple act of smiling at a stranger, of offering a kind word to a cashier, of holding space for a friend without judgment, these are all profound acts of service. When you shift your focus from what can I get to what can I give, you align yourself with the universal flow of divine love. This is the highest frequency there is. By becoming a conduit for this love, you ensure that it is constantly flowing through you, cleansing, healing, and empowering you in the process. Your purpose is not a destination to be found, it is an energy to be embodied and shared right here, right now. Chosen one, the journey through this portal has been a profound rite of passage. You have been stripped down to your essential truth, rewired with cosmic light, and ignited with divine purpose. Do not look back. The old you is gone. The old world no longer has a hold on you. You are the architect of your new reality, the master of your destiny, the pioneer of a new way of being. Embrace the tests as opportunities to solidify your power. Commit to your daily practices as the sacred work of maintaining your miracle, and step forward into the world, not as someone who is seeking the light, but as someone who is the light. This is your mission. This is your truth. This is your time. And remember, if this message has found you, if it has resonated in the deepest chambers of your soul, it is because it is your truth. Like this video, if you have felt the shift, share it with another soul who you know is a part of this great awakening. And subscribe to become a part of this community of light workers who are changing the world, one high-frequency thought at a time. The portal has closed, but your personal universe has just opened. Welcome home.